What's up, friends? How you doing? It's your buddy Phil here, trying to encourage you regarding your PMP exam. Some people don't want to take the exam. I keep hearing that the PMP exam is a waste of time. No, it's not. No, it's not. You'll be doing yourself a favor. If you're a project manager and you haven't taken the exam, just think of adding it to your gig bag, It's definitely something that you might find useful. For me, the PMP exam has brought value to my project management life because before I got certified, I had great ideas about how to manage projects, but in all truthfulness, I didn't have a calculated, deliberate method to the madness. So I remember sitting down in the office of a well-known shipping company. What are they called again? The yellow and the red? Good Lord, how could I forget their name? What are they called? Anyway, they're in Scottsdale, Arizona. Sat down for an interview and they're asking me all sorts of questions. I just finished my master's degree back then, and DHL, that's it. And I saw an advert for a project manager, and I thought, well, let me go put my name in the hat. What questions could they ask me? Well, they'll probably ask me things about the waterfall life cycle. So I ended up studying the waterfall life cycle, and having done my master's in construction IT, and doing a little bit of project management. In fact, my dissertation was on barriers to implementing project management systems. So I thought I had it down, and I thought I would wow them at the interview. First question, looking like a deer caught in the headlights. Second question, I must have sounded so stupid trying to, scramble or grasp for straws. It was just pathetic. At the end, the interview was a disaster. Phil knew nothing. All the questions they were asking had nothing to do with the project management you get taught in academia. No. They were asking me very direct questions about Prince 2, PMI, the world of this. Let's put one up here so you got a good view of its mugshot. That's the PMBOK Guide, 6th edition, right? They were asking me questions about this stuff. And your buddy Phil was just looking like he was totally clueless. At the end of the day, the interview was a disaster. I was sent back. We'll get back to you, they said. No, they didn't. It was so shameful, they didn't even get back to me. I knew nothing. And I learned at that point that the world of structured project management from a professional lens is a little bit different from what you study in college, except it's aligned to one of these methods, folks. So at the end of the day, I did woefully in the interview, and I knew I need to get better. I need to get good in project management. How am I going to get good? How am I going to know what's out there? I thought if I could memorize the waterfall life cycle, I would do well. Little did I know there was a lot more to it. I had no clue about the PMI, no clue about Prince 2. Don't even talk about Agile, because in those days, Agile was so far away from people's focus. I'm talking about early 2000s here. So at the end of the day, I ended up free falling for a while, trying to find out how can I get good, get better in my project management, get more methodical, and be able to explain how I do what I do. I mean, I had already started managing projects, but I didn't have a method to the madness. I didn't have those hardwired definitions that I could explain to anyone. This is how to manage a project. This is what you do, or this is why I do what I do, and this is how to get the results. Clueless. So around that time, I had started training Microsoft Project. I came out with a series back in 03-04 titled The Layman's Guides to Microsoft Project. And through that, a particular company approached me to manage their schedules. And it was while I was managing schedules using Microsoft Project Server back in the day that I met my mentor, Mary Hirschner, and she said, Phil, I think you should take the PMP exam. You've been managing projects. Why not put a method to the madness? So I thought about it, and I went to my boss and said, hey, you know, this exam sounds like something good, especially since I'm already into managing projects. And hey, I'm managing a program of almost 20 schedules, right? I wasn't the PM, but I was managing this huge program of schedules. I was the program controller. And my boss just looked at me and said, that thing that Mary has is what you want to do? Don't waste your time, Phil. You can't replace 25 years of my experience with a piece of paper, he said. And I just blinked. I couldn't believe he was telling me don't pursue something that could help. But being the inquisitive person I am, I decided, hey, it couldn't hurt. If I can't pay for it, at least let me get the knowledge. So I told Mary, hey, I'm going to try to go for it. Give me what you got. So she gave me one of these. In those days, it looked a little bit different. So how many PMBOK guides do you see here? 2 PMBOK guides. There's a reason why I've got 2 PMBOK guides. Did I say 2? But wait, there's more. A 3rd PMBOK guide. You see my collection of PMBOKs? Why do I have 3 PMBOK guides? Because everyone knows it's not about what you're told to do. It's about what you think is best for you. That's why there's 3 PMBOK guides. If not for Mary, there wouldn't be 3 PMBOK guides in front of me today. There would have been no PMBOK guides. The reason why I've got 3 PMBOK guides is I'm here in Europe training a well-known firm with branches all around the globe. They want to know more about project management. That's why I've got 3 PMBOK guides. Now you may be wondering, how many people am I going to train? I'm going to make it easy for folks, and I'm well known for this. I'm well known for making it easy. I'm going to make it easy for them. So instead of killing them with the PMBOK guide, I'm going to give them a very easy to understand version. I call it Smart Project Management, and this is what I train firms in worldwide. I don't submerge them into the PMBOK guide because I don't want to kill them. But going back to my story here, the reason why I'm here is because of Mary, because I took a chance on doing what I thought was best for me. So anyway, I said, okay, thank you, boss. And I went off and asked Mary to give me the PMBOK guides. She gave me her study guide. She gave me a bunch of materials. And I sat down and I began to hit the PMBOK guide hard, folks. Hi, Renee. Hi, Camille. Hi, you guys. How you doing? That's my story, folks. Seriously. So at the end of the day, after deciding to go ahead, I studied for 6 months, folks. It was hard. 6 months. So I was on the never-ending cycle of, oh, I'm going to take the exam. Oh, but wait, I have to travel. I have to travel for my projects. So I started making excuse upon excuse. Thank you, Aref. Appreciate you guys. Yeah, I started making excuse upon excuse. And it was very difficult preparing, very, very difficult preparing for the PMP exam. It wasn't until after a while I decided, look, Phil, you're never going to be ready, in quote, pull the trigger on this thing. Do it. Do this thing. So after about 6 months of prep and taking all sorts of mock exams, well, let me be honest, I took a mock exam that people said, wow, if you take this mock exam, you're going to mow down the questions once you see them. Not the case. Got into the exam, and what did I see? Question 1. My mouth was open, wide. I couldn't believe I was in the correct exam. Sick question. It hit me so hard. I was clueless. I opened my eyeballs, looking around like I couldn't believe what was going on. And I think I used eeny, meeny, miny, mo to get past that one. Question 2. Boom. You know, like a Scud missile just hit you. I was just amazed. What is this? Question 3. Question 4. I went from looking shocked at question 4 to looking depressed at question 15. And then question 16, forget it. That was failed. Now wondering, what am I going to do? You know, By the time you get to question 16 on an exam that has 200 questions and you're out of gas, you know there's trouble. Got to question 20. By the time I got to question 20, I was writing the Phil's PMP eulogy, you know. Phil tried. He was a brave project manager. He tried his best. He put up a good fight. But unfortunately, he was not able to bring it. So in memory of Phil's efforts, let's have one or two. Poor Phil. By the time I got to question 20, folks, it was very obvious that if I continued at that pace, I was going to fail. Question 20, 1 hour had gone, folks. 1 solid hour had gone, and I had only gotten to question 20. Long story short, I started thinking, how am I going to explain to Mary that I failed? How am I going to explain to family members, people who are on the sidelines saying, Phil, go, you can do it. So I started thinking about how to craft my excuse. Anyway, long story short, I ended up thinking about the PMI and tales I had heard about the PMI. The PMI is out to get you. They're the enemy. Beware. So what did I do? I decided to make a leap to question 200 because I thought they were using conditional marking, you see. I thought that the PMI was looking at Phil and saying, he got that one wrong. Let's give him another one. Let's zing him. Give him another one. So that's what I thought was going on, you know. But now that I am an REP, you know, working for Praizion, I know that's not the case. That's not what PMI does. But that gremlin of doubt and the conspiracy theorist gremlin on my shoulder telling me, hey, PMI's out to get you. You better beat them to their game. So that's what I did. I went to question 200. Started going backwards, and truly it was a lot easier. I couldn't believe getting to question 200. I knew that question. 199, I knew it, and I started mowing them down. Got to about question 125, and hey, if you're taking the exam, listen up, because there are pockets of difficulty. It's as if it's planned. Pockets of difficult questions you come across, and if you're not careful, you're going to be discouraged, wasting time on those questions instead of pushing ahead. Long story short, pushed ahead past question 120, got to around question 75, another pocket of difficult questions, burst through that. Learn from my lessons, folks. You're going to come across pockets of crazy questions. They might be at the beginning, they might be at the middle, they might be towards the end, but just keep pushing ahead. Anyway, kept pushing ahead, got to question 50, another pocket, until I finally got back to where my life, or, you know, are you going to live, are you going to perish, Phil, on this exam, where that discussion started. So I got to back to question 20. 3 hours, 55 minutes, folks. 3 hours and 55 minutes into the exam, Phil had completed all 200 questions, but he hadn't reviewed them. So what do? You tell me, would you take a chance, 5 minutes left, and start changing stuff? No, I had to leave it as is. I just had to leave it, and I had to say my last prayers. So being a person who believes in faith, I said, good Lord, if I come out alive, if I come out of this sick and twisted version of project management alive, I promise I will tell everyone in the world. Camille says prayer works. It sure does. And truly, I made a promise that if I could come out alive, I would tell everyone in the world about the PMI. And this one, you know what? Lots of us are guilty of this, but I said I'll stop cussing and swearing and cussing the PMI out. Because in that exam, you better watch your tongue going into that exam. I tell you, you're going to see some questions that will make you say some things. I tell you, you better watch your mouth. So I started repenting of anything I said ill of the PMI. I'll stop cussing them. I'll be a good PMP. I'll obey the code of ethics. I'll go far and wide. I'll tell everyone. And truly, after my prayer, I hit the end button. Thank you, Bim. I'm glad you got that. Awesome. So I hit the end button, and at the end of the day, the screen goes blank for like eternity. And all of a sudden, you've been selected for a survey. We would like to find out, did you enjoy your exam experience? Did you like the venue? Huh, Phil? Was it clean? Did you like the staff? Oh my goodness. To be honest, that test center was a bit of a tip. I could only imagine roaches and rats having a field day once the exams were over for the day. But I didn't want to come clean because, you know, the conspiracy theorist gremlin is on my shoulder saying, Phil, you don't want to do that. If you do that, you could end up failing. So in my head, PMI and Prometric are in cahoots. If you mark Prometric down, you're going to fail the exam. So I ended up saying yes to everything. I'm happy, it's great, it's good. Long story short, the screen now comes back up and congrats, you've passed the exam, your PMP. I've never had such a horrendous experience on an exam. Seriously, an exam that you don't know if you're going to pass or fail. Nirash, I was just looking at your email earlier. Thank you for relating to my experience. I know a lot of people don't really know how horrendous this exam could be. But long story short is I ended up coming out, passed the exam. Not only did I passed really, really well. I did a lot better than I thought I would. So, hey, if you're thinking, Phil, but this story is scaring me. No. What you need to know is at the end of the day, I passed beyond my wildest dreams. I passed in such a great way. You know, I passed every single area. I had 90s, 80s, 70s, and I had 164, I believe it was. Back in the day, you needed a 60.5 overall to pass, and they would actually tell you your score. That was back in 2005, 13 years ago, not anymore. But after passing the exam, I held true to my promise. I started bringing it. I started delivering. I remember the week after I got certified, even before YouTube, I started putting up videos online. So you PMPs in the house, I want to challenge you. What are you doing to make life simpler for people? Are you creating content? If you're not creating content, you should be. You didn't get certified just for your own good. You get certified to help people, to help family members. I was joking yesterday. I said, I'm the only PMP in my family. How about you? Are you going to get other family members certified? You should. It could help them. Since I got certified, I've written over 10 books. This is one of the books I've written. It's called Project Management, Mid-Level to C-Level. I have a passion to see people succeed in their project management. And I have a passion to make project management easy and accessible to people. So if you're looking for training, coaching, mentoring for your team, for your company, you know, I'm not just keen on individuals. I want companies to embrace what project management is. And I'm not saying it has to be fully plan driven or it has to be change driven. It could be blended. It could be anything. But, you know, I collaborate with a lot of great people to bring project management in the world of Agile, in the world of Scrum, in the world of plan driven, Microsoft project, you name it. You know, even if you wanted training in a particular area that you think no one knows, hey, we do it. RMP, very few people are RMPs. But I've teamed up with my buddy, the Risk Doctor, to bring you some crazy RMP training. It's going to hit later on this year. It's going to be sick, I tell you. Hey, that training, I had a binder. I had a little notebook binder thing that I was writing in, and still, I'm going to go back and watch those videos that the Risk Doctor dropped. So if you haven't checked out Dr. David Hilson's channel, you're cheating yourself. Go check out that channel. He's got a boatload of gold. Seriously. If you really want to get deeper into risk, go check his channel out. So anyway, I collaborate with a lot of people to bring great project management to firms, to individuals, to organizations. And that's why I'm inviting you to 4 hours of non-stop PMBOK guide assault. That's right. They're not assaulting us. We're assaulting the PMBOK guide. We're going to open it up. We're going to put it in a chokehold. We're going to dissect the PMBOK guide on Saturday, the 14th of April. We're going to be wild. We're going to live up to our name. We have a group called Savage. We're going to be savage with the PMBOK guide. It's big. Hey, it's 756 pages. So it's not for the faint in heart. You got to be a brave heart. You know that movie? You got to be brave in heart to tackle this thing. So that's what's happening on Saturday. And I'm going to be asking my friend Camille if she can come on that call and encourage some of the folks. I know that it's busy over the weekend for many of us, but Camille, we need to talk about that to see if you can come drop some gold and encouragement. Just a little bit. Just, hey, 10 carats, not the 400. Not the 400 carats, but I'm going to be pinging you, Camille, to come drop some gold. And it's going to be a great session. Yesterday, we had the PMP exam power review live. And we covered, get this, every single tool and technique. Every single one in the PMBOK guide. Thank you, Aref. Aref was there. Renee was there as well. Renee was there as well. And we had some other folks who joined us, you know, and it was a great session. Every single tool and technique. You know, so I want to encourage you, if you want to take your PMP exam prep to a new level and be motivated and be encouraged, sign up, okay? It's 4 hours, but here's the deal. It's 4 hours, but if you sign up, you are also going to get access to the video recording from yesterday's session. And you're also going to get access to the video recording of the 14th of April session for 2 good months. For 60 days. Hey, that's enough time. You're going to have 8 hours of content. And you're going to be able to go through it for 60 days. That is going to get you to a whole new level. Ask people 2 hours, 1 hour with your friend Phil in a mentoring session will get you further ahead. I've had people, lots of people say, Phil, I need help. Help me out. And I spend a little bit of time, give them direction, but you're going to have 4 hours. You're going to be able to ask questions and so on. So I want to encourage you, if you're looking to jumpstart your prep, maybe you've been playing Russian roulette with your prep. Now's the time to step it up, folks. It's just $199. Some people say, oh, but I want to go sign up for a 35-hour course for $200. Look, don't fool yourself. There's only so much you can do alone. Having a mentor, a trainer, a coach that has been there, done that a gazillion times is worth its weight in gold. You know, people I've trained, they are all over the globe. Here I'm in Europe, as you can see. That doesn't look anything like the US, does it? But I train people around the globe. The company I'm training tomorrow is a global firm. Billion-dollar firm, folks. I've trained everyone from Warren Buffett's companies up in Dalton, Georgia, to the FBI, to NASA, to the U.S. Air Force, the Army Corps of Engineers, Department of Transport, Department of Commerce. So you are in good hands. This isn't some fakery going on. This is the real deal. Go check my name in the PMBOK guides 4, 5, and 6. I'm dedicated to the profession. You'll find my name as one of the final reviewers of the PMBOK guide. Try my best to help people. All right, so I'm in this for the long haul. This isn't some, you know, onesie, twosie attempt to make a quick buck. No, I've been doing this for over a decade, training the PMP exam. Since I got certified, the moment the PMI spat me out, I started training people. All right, so that's my message today. Sign up, and I'm sure you'll be glad you did. How do you sign up? Go to pmanonymous.com, all right, and sign up. Those of you who have asked for the video, I hear you. Hey, Aref and other friends, Renee, you guys are going to get the video, all right? So don't worry, the video is being edited, and it's going to be up there. Like I said, you're going to get 60 days of those videos. All right, so I appreciate you coming on. Camille, I appreciate you very much. Thank you for sending your buddy yesterday. Did he tell you anything about the training session? Did he tell you that I called you out because he told me at the tail end? I know Camille. I'm like, what? Why did you say this in the beginning? You should have come clean in the beginning, because I would have told you, just go listen to Camille. Let her motivate you and coach you. And he said, yeah, I know about her wall. I'm like, okay, this is definitely one of Camille's buddies. So appreciate you sending him, and I hope you're going to be able to join us at some point. But those of you who are getting ready for the exam, seriously, go sign up. Sign up. If you find anyone else who can make the training as fun and as deep, go sign up. That's fine. You know, a lot of people say, Phil, I don't like your style. You talk too much. You joke too much. You're annoying. I hate the sound of your voice. That's cool. We can't like everyone under the sun, right? But if you want a trainer who can bring it and is fun and is not just BSing, who is delivering, go check it out. 5th edition. I helped a bunch of folks by putting out a free 8-hour course on YouTube. I cannot count the number of emails I got from people saying, Phil, thank you. I got PMP certified because of your videos. That's the pleasure I get, you know, from what I do. Seeing people succeed, seeing people taking it to a whole new level. All right. So it's the real deal, folks. All right. But if you find anyone else who can bring it, who can make it fun, who can make it exciting, and maybe you don't want fun, that's all well and good. But if you like what you hear, go to pmanonymous.com. All right. Thank you, Camille. Appreciate your vote of confidence. I appreciate all of you. Those CAPM aspirants, if you are taking the CAPM exam, we may not have it online where you can see it, but we've got materials still based on the 5th edition. All right. So if you want materials based on the 5th edition, just send an email to support@praizion.com, and we're going to make some materials available at a great deal for you, because we've still got 5th edition materials, but it's not advisable for PMPs, only CAPMs. The CAPM exam is going to change to the 6th on May 21st. This is another piece of advice. I know some people may not be very amused, but if you tried getting certified on the 5th, what are you doing? You should be taking the CAPM. You should be. Hey, it's only about $275 if you're a member of the PMI. So why wouldn't you take advantage of your 5th edition knowledge? You know, you're just throwing knowledge away. You're pouring it into a garbage disposal. If you didn't get certified as a PMP and you're not thinking about the CAPM isn't a cakewalk. It will challenge you. Trust me. Try getting all proficients or all above targets on the CAPM. Let me know if you succeed. I've seen one student of mine succeed. You know, one student. The CAPM is not a cakewalk. I've taken the CAPM twice. Did I get all above targets? No, I didn't. Each time one knowledge area evaded me. That's to show you it's not a cakewalk. It's not. So I'd like you to dust your books. Be honest. You put in time and effort. Go take the CAPM. Hey, Catherine. You take your CAPM on the 17th. Absolutely. Very good. I wish you all the best. And we're here for you if you need materials. If you want to take our CAPM mock exam, send an email to support@praizion.com. You know, but here's my advice, you know, regarding the CAPM, Catherine. It's really all about focusing on the PMBOK guide. They don't go outside of the PMBOK guide. I couldn't believe how minuscule, the tiny little bits of information in the PMBOK guide 5th edition, those are the things they're going to be giving you on the exam. Some of them are in the forefront, some of them are hidden. I couldn't believe how sneaky they were on the CAPM. On the CAPM. So yeah, you can absolutely do it, Catherine. Thank you, Camille, for the encouragement. You know, mow it down. Read the PMBOK guide. That's where they're focusing. The PMBOK guide, nothing else. All right? Everything in the PMBOK guide, as long as it's there, it's fair game. I usually tell people the PMP exam is a test of the application of the knowledge. You know, the CAPM exam is a test of knowledge, the acquisition of knowledge. But the PMP exam is a test of the application of the knowledge. So having the knowledge isn't easy. You know, some people taking the PMP exam, they've got the knowledge, they can't apply it. For the CAPM exam, you must have the knowledge. They're not really big on giving you some big old scenario in the CAPM. But the knowledge, it's a big book. Even the 5th edition is 586 pages. Hey, who's... Oh, Damendra. Damendra. Hi, Damendra. How you doing? Damendra, did you get certified on the 5th? Or are you going to take the 6th? Thank you, Aref. Aref is saying take the full course. Aref has been mowing down those videos. It's just ridiculous. Okay, Damendra, I remember. Aref has been mowing down those videos. And I'm very confident that Aref is going to kill the exam when he finally takes it, because he's showing the doggedness and ruggedness. So the good thing about the system Aref is on, PMP Exam Prep Camp 2018, it gives you a time, it's kind of like a timed expectation. So if you sign up for a month, you know, oh my goodness, I need to watch all of these videos, like 2 or 3 a day. And Aref has been doing a great job doing that. So those of you who are struggling and you don't have a timetable. So Damendra said, is the Agile book part of the PMP exam? I would highly recommend you read it. It's not going to hurt. The course that Aref is on, we have a dedicated section for Agile. So one of my colleagues, Tiffany, has put together some great videos that we've got up there for TDD, for Scrum, you know, for being a product owner, Agile overview, everything. We've got some really nice intro course. We're not going crazy on bringing in a 25-hour course of Agile for the PMP, but we've got roughly 1.5 hours of Agile training, and that should get you by. Damendra, if you are really keen, and I'm sure you are, on taking the 6th exam, you might want to read release planning with a finer tooth comb. The release planning section is bound to help you. Just understand the way release planning, the flow of release planning, from planning your releases down to your iterations, down to your user stories, down to your tasks, and then the general overview of Agile, the Agile mindset, read the Agile manifesto. Because one thing I can tell you, for the ACP exam, my ACP exam, the Agile Certified Practitioner, it wasn't the tons of books that one had read that helped. What actually helped me for the ACP exam, believe it or not, it's the Agile manifesto. It's getting into the nuts and bolts of the Agile frame of mind, the thinking. All the stuff I read for Agile, it didn't come out. All of that leadership stuff, and nope, it didn't come, at least on my exam. What the PMI really honed in on for my exam was the manifesto. No, the mindset. If anyone that has got a sound Agile mindset, that knows Agile for real, and it's not just cramming Agile in a parrot fashion, those folks will probably do well on the, Camille's been reading it. Yeah, read the manifesto. Seriously. Taking the exam, read the manifesto, read it well, read it again, read it again, read it again. All right? I've got a bad connection, so I want to say my goodbye while I can. Thank you very much. I would recommend those of you who are thinking of signing up, do it right now. The sooner you do it, the better. All right? Thank you very much, and I look forward to speaking to you again soon. Those of you who signed up last week, hopefully you've got a notification. Aref, can you just tell me, did you get a notification that the meeting has been moved to Saturday? Because I did that so that the system could notify everyone to log in. Did you get like a notice telling you about Saturday's meeting? Renee, did you get a notice? I'm not sure if you're still on, Renee. But if you did you get it? Oh, good. You got it. Awesome. So those of you who haven't signed up for Saturday's meeting, I'm telling you, 8 hours of great training and synergy. You definitely want to do it. And the good thing is you're going to get a 1-hour mock exam of 50 questions. If you can pass that exam on your first try, I will absolutely doff my hat to you. But I know it will give you a good run for your money. I don't think I know of anyone who passed that exam on their very first try. on the 6th edition. It's a 1-hour exam, it's 50 questions, but it's sick. It's a demented exam, you know. And the funny thing is, I don't write all the questions. I've got people who they may not train, they may not teach, but the questions they come out with are just foul. Just questions that the PMI would be proud of. Those questions that these people write, trust me, PMI would like to have them. I'm grateful that those are not the question writers for the PMI, because it would be hard for people to make it. That's the kind of exam. It's a 1-hour test, and a ref, you've got the link. It's a good decision not to take it just yet, a ref. You want to make sure that you really are ready before you pull the trigger on that one. But anyway, anyone who signs up for the Saturday class is going to have access to that mock exam. All right? Thank you very much, and I will speak to you guys again soon. Have a good week. Bye for now.